500 training program. My name is Ravi Shankar. I just uploaded the presentation. I hope you can able to see the presentation. Okay, so we have a good number of participants who's been joined today. So happy Monday, and once again welcome to Cloud Fundamentals and Cloud Transformations training program. So this program is basically a foundation course. Now almost everyone needs to join this training program to understand about what is a cloud computing, and people are always having some kind of a confusion or it's some kind of a question because most of the time I have seen it's been like people are decided like I'll start my career in cloud computing, and people got some kind of a confusion like where do I need to start? Do I need to start with a Microsoft Azure, or do I need to start with AWS, or do I need to start with a Google Cloud or a Alibaba? So always we have a this kind of a questions. Right now I can able to see there is one comment from Muhammad Fawaz saying that is not hearing. I request everyone to confirm the audio and the presentation. I'm requesting all the yeah. Noel has been, thank you Noel. Noel has been confirmed. It's been good. So look like Fawaz, there is some issue with your system or a speaker. Yeah, audio has been cleared, so almost everyone has been confirmed. So thank you team. It's been clear, and that's we got uh, almost our feedback. Now, in case if you're not able to do this one, I'm just posting a couple of reminders on the chat window. So this throughout the sessions we can all follow because it's a live broadcast. We have 200 to 300 participants has been joined this chat. So let's follow a thumb rules here. I'm just pasting on the chat. This is the first two thumb rules we all of us needs to follow. I cannot. I think Simgan also it's been facing some audio issue. In case if you are facing it's been like or not hearing this one, either you may be connected to a VPN, or it's been maybe connected using your office network. So you can just disconnect your VPN and try, or you can just disconnect the sessions teams and just connect it back. So this may be because most of the members here it's been confirmed, it's been like they are able to uh, hear us, or they are able to see the presentation. A finance background to join, is it possible for him? Yeah, why not? The finance background, any background, you can invite people from the finance market, or a sales, or a students, whoever is been interested to learn this cloud computing, because the next uh, journey, or its next technology is going to be the cloud or artificial intelligence only. So if Kishendrins, if you have any friend, or it's been like participant is from the finance background, please add them. We are happy to accommodate them. So no doubt in that. Yeah. So I think we got confirmation from mm, um, almost all the members. It's been like they are able to hear. So once again, welcome everyone. It's in case if you're not learned, so once again, welcome in and happy learning, and enjoy this training program. Now, there's a couple of instruction is been pasting on this chat also, because there is a couple of questions generally we used to get during the training, like, hey, is there any recorded link, or is there any um, presentation is available? Yeah, as Virag mentioned, all the videos or the recording, it's been available in the channel. That link is been posted on the chat window right now. So we request you to bookmark this one. And the certificate end of the program you will be getting. So it's a 3 days program. Please ensure that all the 3 days you are attending this one. So daily you will be getting a registration link for day 1, day 2, and day 3. Once you completed all the 3 days of the training program, you will be getting a training certificate. No problem. Like if you have any finance student from a zero IT field, no problem. There is no mandatory that you need to have some kind of a knowledge. No, because this entire program it's been starting from a scratch. We are focusing people who want to move to a cloud, who don't know anything about the OT technology and who want to learn about the cloud technology. From that scratch onwards, we are starting a program. Even though if you are don't have much idea about IT field, at least if they have a passion to learn new things, we can able to join this one. Daily you can only one time. The attendance link will be posted on this one. Yeah. And second day and third day timing, it's going to be the same time zone. There is no time frame only we are doing, so there will not be any change in the timing program. Surag will be posting our Discord link also on the chat window, because every week we'll have the similar kind of a program is being organized by us on a different technology or advanced training or a special program. So make sure that you are following our link, ensuring that you are sharing this with your friends and circle also, so everyone will be able to make use of this training event. Okay, this is the Discord link which has been pasted on this one. So because every week we have a different program we are organizing on a Microsoft one. Last week we had a training program on the networking, and before that we had some training program on the advanced training program. So next week we have a supply of advanced training program also, it's been coming. So please bookmark this link, please share this link, and subscribe our YouTube link also. Now that's all overall general introduction about all this training program. Now let's come back to this training session. So right now, the mode of this training, it's going to be the Teams one. So every day, that same time frame, you will be getting a registration link. So based on that, you will be getting a notification or an invitation, and the same time frame, we are hosting this training program. Now, this, as I said, it's a Teams, and we have a good number of participants also joined here, and you have a flexibility to ask the questions here, so there is no limit for this one, and you can ask n number of questions, and we are not limiting anyone here. Now it can be questions can be asked using your mic, or you can use your chat window. So right side of the Teams, you have an option for pasting your questions, so you can post all your doubts. Don't worry about it's been like whether this question is been a small one or a complex one or it's a scenario is no problem at all. In case if you have any question or any doubt, in case if you're not able to communicate through the audio, make use of a chat window. So we are monitoring a chat also, so we'll be answering all your questions. We'll be ensuring that all your questions will be answered throughout the session. Now today's session is about four areas we are trying to cover. The first question I'm trying to put in front of your table, it's been like, where should you learn a cloud computing? We have almost a 300 participants who joined here. So ask yourself, where should you learn the cloud computing? What is the reason behind this one? Second one, it's been like, the question it's coming around like, once you got an answer for your first question, like, where should I learn your cloud? Then you will be having a lot of questions in your mind. Where do I begin? Do I need to start with Azure fundamentals, or do I need to start with Azure security, or do I need to start with a couple of a program like SC200 or SC400 or SC300? There is a lot of training or a certification program we have. So people always having some question mark. Where do I need to begin? Which course I need to start? So we are trying to give you some kind of a mentorship here, which give you a complete roadmap for your training, which will give you a complete roadmap for your certification. We'll give you a guidance like, hey, Ken, you need to start your training program on AZ900 first. Then you can move to this training program. Then your next path is going to be like X or Y. So we'll be giving a complete mentorship of this one. And the last one, it's been about the cloud certification path also, because if you are look around the Microsoft Azure certification, almost 17 to 20, 25 certification Microsoft has been announced. So we are trying to give you some kind of a guidance. Where do you need to start? Which certification you need to select based on your job role? Because a few people maybe here, it's been like coming from a finance background. Few members here, it's been working as a system administrator. Few members may be working as a security architect, or it's from a DevOps or a development background. So Based on your job role, you can decide or you can select different training or a courses. So we're trying to give you some kind of a leverage or some kind of a program, which certification it's been able to take this program, which one I need to write it fast. So we are trying to give you some roadmap also for you, and we'll give you what are the benefit you are going to get with the help of this certification program. Now, about me, my name is Robin. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. Last 16 to 17 years, I'm into training delivery, and I'm working as a cloud architect, and got certified on almost all the Microsoft technology, almost 30, 35 plus certification I'm holding. Handled almost a 200 to 300 Microsoft Azure batches, and certified on all Microsoft cloud computing certification program. That's about me. I'm a certified trainer, and I have a lot of operational and project experience also. Now, before moving to the technical or the course content, uh, it's we already been connected after a pandemic year, so just thought like let's have some kind of introduction here. Now, I don't have some limitation of unmuting you because we have a large audience here, so I need your small support from your side. You can paste your details on the chat window, so we are monitoring this one just to try to understand your background. So based on that, I can able to give you an examples or a case studies during the session program. You can paste your name, which country you have been selected, and your total years of experience, and your experience on a cloud, and your expectation also. So next 3 to 5 minutes, let's take this as a kind of a discussion, so the breakout rooms, and paste your details on the chat window. So this for understanding each other. So because this it's a nice Monday, and so let's know each other. Yeah. So thank you, Rowan. So Rowan is taking the first challenge. Is the posted is personal details, and if you can try to put your country which you are connected, that also has been good. So let's take another 3 to 5 minutes for knowing each other. Yeah. So we have John has been connected from a Philippines. He's been coming from a web developer background. That's been great. Okay, good. Now we have Alvin has been connected from IT officer, and we have Mohit has been connected from Maharashtra, India, and he's been working as a project manager with 20 years of experience. Thank you, Mohit. And we have Kishan, and we have Mus connected from different parts of the world. Okay, that's good. Good to hear that. We have Fawaz, Sheila. It's been connected from Philippines. Good. So let's take it. So we're waiting few more people to post your introduction on the chat. And if you can just add your cloud experience also, that's been well and good. So if all members are with a lot of cloud experience, we can cover couple of advanced topic also. So if you can able to help me on that part, that will well and good. It's your experience, Kim, no problem. It's beginner, no problem. So thank you, team. I think almost everyone has been participated on this discussion. So thank you, team, and so I'm just post saving your details on this chat window. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just posting all your copying all your details on the chat window. Okay. So good. Thank you, team. So almost everyone here, uh, it's been from a zero cloud experience, or almost everyone is from a beginners in the Azure one. So team, nothing to worry about this one, because when I started my cloud learning also, I have some kind of a inner defense saying that, hey, I don't have any experience on a cloud. Is it right time to move to the cloud technology? So nothing to worry about that. At least you need to have some kind of um, um, enthusiasm you need to show from your side, saying that I want to learn this technology. So nothing to worry about this one. So, and it's a very easy technology. Only thing it's been like you need to put some effort to understanding this one, because all of us here has been got some kind of a IT background. Either you may be working as a system administrator, or you have some kind of a laptop experience, or you may be some kind of IT infrastructure technology you may be knowing, or even though you're from a finance background, you maybe heard about a lot of other IT terms whenever you are working in office or in your work interacting with your colleague. So nothing to worry about this one. Even though you are a beginner, I'm trying to give you, I'm trying to deliver it from a scratch level. Now about these facilities, the language which you are going to use, it's been going to be a common language here, and the class hours already it's been communicated. Registration day 2 or a day 3 link, Surag or Fatima or a Kushal will be posting on the chat window. So you need to monitor your chat window also, and whatever link we are sharing, try to make it a bookmark of that, or take a OneNote or a Word file or a notepad, copy that link. And you will have a couple of exercises and questions also will be coming, because we have a couple of assessments also we are doing throughout the session. So rest all these things like a message or a phone or email, we all are working as a professionals here. You're taking a personal time for attending this training program. So we are not limiting any of this access. We are not saying like a school days, like, hey, don't open your computer, don't open your mobile. No, it's been very professional way we are trying to take this event. So don't take this a kind of a technical kind of instructor kind of a program. Rather than you take this as a kind of a technical discussion happening in your team, like in your office, in your, you and your colleague is having doing some kind of a discussion about a latest technology. And don't see me like a Robin is kind of a trainer and he's been coming and doing one side of radio communication. No, let's take this as a kind of a technical event. You have an all privilege or the flexibility to ask a number of questions, and maybe some topic maybe I'm going to learn from you also. So this is a kind of a technical event. We both are discussing, debating, arguing, and trying to understand a new technology. This is the way I'm trying to see this event. Now these are the few training program generally we used to hold. It's been like basically we used to do a lot of training events on the Microsoft technology. So Surag has been already pasted the link on the chat window. So please bookmark and follow as I mentioned, because I don't want you guys to miss the latest advanced training program, because we have a program is coming on the system administrator background, cloud administrator background, cloud networking, or a cloud security, or a hybrid cloud, or a multi-cloud, or it's an integration. It is a beautiful training is been organized by our team. It's like we have a lot of trained experience trainers is available, so they used to deliver a lot of training program. Yeah, we are posting that link once again. Surag, if you can help me out to post our Discord link, people need to subscribe that and share with your circle also. Okay, because we the entire agenda for this training program, it's been like we want all the people to enabled with the Microsoft Azure technology. That is the all agenda for this program. Is not. Yeah, we are trying to paste that link once again. Let me. Surek was helping me for that. Just give me a second. Let me post it that link again, because in between our intro messages been came, that the reason we need to just go back. Yeah, so this is the link. I'm just pasted on the chat. There's a join us. I'm just pasted on that. I hope you can see the screen. This is the Discord link. So share with the first you subscribe yourself, then share your friends and your circle also. So everyone will be getting an uh, to the option to uh, understand or learn new cloud Microsoft technology. Uh, Anthony will be uploading all these records and webinar on our portal. So at any point of time, if you're thinking like you want to revise the topic or you want to go back to this webinar, you have an option has been available. End of the program, all the recorded sessions will be uploaded in the portal. So that's be a future reference for you. Now, let's come back to this course. I know it's the last couple of minutes I'm taking a lot of introduction part. So let's understand how this course has been structured. So we are focusing on the cloud administrator training background. It's called AZ900 exam. Now you're getting a questions here. What is AZ900 or what is AZ104, right? So there is a couple of terminologies or exam numbers are coming here. We'll try to understand what is this. Now, this today's sessions we are trying to understand the syllabus and the course for the AZ900 exam. That is a foundation course, and all the training or the events or the discussion we are trying to connect with a two certification program also. That's called AZ900 and AZ104 also. So don't worry about these numbers. I'll try to give you some insight about that. What is this 900 or what is 104? So right now you need to understand end of this training program, we are trying to cover about giving you some idea about a cloud administrator training program. And we'll be discussing the first module. We'll be discussing about how this training event is being structured and what are the courses or what are the syllabus is been coming for this AZ900 and 104 exam. And we'll try to give you study material and a reference link, and we'll try to give you some PDF format of the presentations we are covering today's session. Now, when we are doing this module or it's been a session, uh, generally this AZ900 exam or the training program, by default, as per the Microsoft official curriculum, there is no lab or a practical session is been available. It's basically a theory or a concept based training program. But in our event, we are trying to show you some simulation also, because whatever module we are trying to cover, we are trying to give you some kind of demo or a simulation also, because rather than with a perception you're seeing this things, we are trying to show you a demo also, how virtual machine is being configured, how the virtual networking is being configured, how storage account is being created, how we can connect to Microsoft Azure portal. We are trying to show you some practical oriented approach also. So whatever modules or a concept you are covering, you will be having a live demo also. It's been available. And yeah, I think Glenn, that question is already it's been answered. We'll be getting some copy of this recorder will be available on that portal. Now, possible I'll take over this question once the module has been over. Okay, right now let me focus on the presentation. Now, whatever questions you posted, uh, don't worry, I'll be answering possible the end of the module. This one. So only a doubt you can post on the chat window. So no worries about. Now, in the first portion, we are trying to understand or trying to discuss is about the certification overview. So we'll start from the first. I'm getting a message here. Voice is been low. Uh, Team, I need your help to understand this one. Is my audio is not clear or is this been the voice has been low? Yeah. I think Rahman, I think you may have to check your speaker volume. Maybe it's been low or it's been, yeah, okay on the my end, because I'm having a two more laptop is been connected, because I'm getting a voice, so it's been uh, not bad. It's been good. So yeah, Rahman, look like it's a problem with your speaker one. So if you can just check the volume status on your notification area, you can just check it. Now, let me come back to this topic. We are trying to understand certifications overview, because end of this training program or event, I think most of the members here, it's been decided with a mind saying that, hey, Robin, end of this program, I will go and write some couple of certification program. So I don't want you to jump into a wrong path. So we'll try to give you which certification you need to write first, which certification the next, and how what is the roadmap for this one. So we'll have a, some kind of a discussion on how the certification roadmap you need to follow. And we'll be moving to cloud computing or a key terminologies or a models or a cloud session part. Now, let me ask you first questions here. What is the reason behind you? It's been like you decided like you want to learn a cloud computing. So let's have a discussion here. So I want to hear from you. Can you just paste your answer on the chat window? What is the reason behind? Right now, you took a personal time today and decided like you want to learn a cloud computing. Can you paste on the chat window? What is the reason behind you decided like you are going for a cloud computing? Can you just comment it on the chat window? What is the reason it's behind? It's been like you decided like you want to cloud is the tech of the future. That's been very good answer. Thank you for that. So let's hear from everyone. Cloud is the future technology. Okay, career growth because the company is moving to a cloud. Okay, it's been, yeah, yeah, it's basically a personal interest also. That's been a different view of approach. Okay, good. We are in end of an era of all digitalization. Okay, cloud computing the trend nowadays. Okay, career growth. Okay, yes, job opportunity in the market. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, it's been chip storage and knowledge and career, all about the data storage. The cloud engineer is the future. Cloud is a viral now. Okay, you're planning to shift your career. Okay, good, all the best for that. And requirement of the job nowadays, sales and management. Yes, you want to sell some products or technology, you should know the cloud computing, right? And wanted to know about how to deployment a model. Yeah, that's more into the architect or from administrator point, cost effective. And Kevin want to know about artificial intelligence and solutions. Good. And all the companies been moving to cloud computing. That the reason Sushil has been decided to move this one, and organization has been changing. That the reason Ajay is decided for this one, and Jerick has been uh, uh, is been interested on understanding the high availability and the DR solution, because he want to provide a redundancy and high availabilities to his organization. Good. Good. Cloud has been moving to fraction. Now it's been right. It's been very essential. Okay. Safe and secure from Iqbal. Yes, good. Because we are using a defense in depth. I think few people still it's not commended. If you can, I request everyone to participate in this one. So I want the session to be more interactive. So I think few people are still thinking like, hey, do I need to comment it or not? I think people are having some, yes, I want all the members to be positive, like any view. What is the reason you are decided for this one? Adopting a new emerging technology, secured and Kevin. Okay, good. The reason behind I'm asking you to post on the chat window, because I want you to get a confidence. That the reason I'm pushing you for participate in this kind of exercise, because when you decided to learn a new technology, because change is not easy, right? Even in your life also. So changing to a new technology, some kind of resistance generally people will take. I want you to come out from that. That's the reason I am asking to participate on this kind of exercise. I want you to put some kind of interest on this one. I want you to show some kind of a passion and enthusiasm to learn this one. So thank you, team. I think almost everyone has been participated on this discussion also. That's been well and good. I think all of us, it's been came with the three mindset, I can say. I'm just summarizing whatever comments or it's been answer or a view you have posted on the chat window. Yes, all road or the business or a sales or a finance or a business or organization is been goes to cloud technology. So that's the reason all your comments I just summarize and put in a 3 word. One, it's been like all the business or organization or industry, it's been going to the cloud technology. Second one, from a employer point of view or from an employee point of view, as an individual point of view, we have a lot of job opportunities been available in the market, right? End of the day, we all it's been working for a bread and butter, right? So you have a lot of, once you're skilled with the cloud technology or it's been enabled with this latest technology, there is a lot of job opportunities been available in the market on a different vertical or a different form. It can be in DevOps, it can be in artificial intelligence, or it can be on um, system administrator or a cloud networking side or a security side. There is a lot of huge advance, a lot of job opportunities been available for you. Now, recently, you may be observed, there is a lot of surveys happened across all the organization. They came with some kind of a um, analysis. Um, it's called, or the analysis was, it's been a surprising one, because if you're taking any organization right now, the total employee strength only 30%, 30 to 35 percentage of employees only upgraded with this a cloud one. Now only 60 percentage of the organization only have the cloud or the latest technology knowledge here, because still the people have it's not learned or it's not transitioned to the latest technology. Now if you take any organization, their first strategy or their plan, it's been like moving to a cloud first strategy, like they're thinking like the next, like moving to from a on premises to hybrid mode, or it's been a multi cloud mode. So almost all the CIOs or the organization plan, it's been like by the end of 2022 or the 2023, they will be moving all their infrastructure into kind of into 80-20 role. A 20 percentage will be available in the data room or a data center. Rest will be either it's moved to Azure or any of the cloud service providers. So all this, it's been moving all the road, or all this means been pointing to one side. That's called job opportunity. As a employee or as a resource, as a student, as a individual, once you completed this one, you have a lot of job opportunities being available in the market. I'm just pausing here. So in case if you have any question, you can paste it on the chat window. And if you're good and if you're able to follow us, you can pause that also. If you're good, you can put the comment as a good and clear, and we can move to the next portion. Any question from anyone? I'm just pausing here. Good and clear. Okay, we got first feedback. Yeah, good and clear. It's a free course. You don't need to pay anything, Iqbal. So it's a free course. You don't need to pay anything for that. Yeah, there is a link. It's been posted Iqbal on the above. You can subscribe our Discord link. Okay, I think we are good with the first portion. Now let's move to the next part. Okay. Now we understood like all road is been going to cloud, and how we can prepare for this opportunity. Now, right now, all of us are in this stage. We all decided like Robin or Iqbal or Chitra or Rika or Muhammad Fawaz. Everyone is decided like, hey, Robin said it's been like a cloud is the next wave or a next option or next learning opportunity. Now we have a problem. People have some kind of a questions here. Hey, Robin said we can move to a cloud. Now, when you put in a Google and type cloud vendors or a cloud certification, you will get hundreds of a certification, right? I'm right? So you may be getting AWS, you will get a cloud or on Azure or a Google or Alibaba, Oracle or Adobe or Rackspace. There are different vendors available in the market. Now, let's try to understand where do you need to start. Now, if you're saying, if you're looking around the market, a cloud is a technology. It's been providing to the customers or it's been the business for using the infrastructure. Now the vendor or the companies, right now, if you're going for purchasing a mobile, you have a lot of vendors available, right? You have Redmi is available, you have Apple iPhone is available, and a few years before you have a Samsung or a Nokia. Different vendors are available. Similar way, if you're looking around the car market also, or if you go to laptop we have a Dell available, Lenovo available, HP is available. Different vendors is been available, right? Now, similar way, if your organization or you are decided like going for a cloud, there are a lot of companies or vendors who is been providing this solution. That generally known as CSB. Right now, we are learning the first key term here, terminology here, that called CSP. So CSP stands for Cloud Service Provider. If you want, you can take a notebook or WordPad or a notepad, and you can just note down this term. That's called CSP. CSP stands for Cloud Service Provider. So Cloud Service Provider is nothing, the company or a vendor who has been providing this cloud technology to um, companies or organization that's generally known as a cloud service providers. Now, there are many vendors available in the market. Microsoft is one of the leading vendor. We have Google is available. You have Amazon is available, and so many other vendors also is available. Now, our training or our focus, our organization focus more on the Microsoft part. Now, if you're seeing on the Microsoft side, the cloud product which has been available from the Microsoft is known as Microsoft Azure. The product which is available from the Microsoft, that is known as Microsoft Azure. Now, if you're looking to the total percentage or it's been the market share, almost 20 to 30 percentage of the market is been holding by the Microsoft Azure. So the product from a Microsoft is known as Microsoft Azure, and by default they are giving a free trial version also. That means like if Akbar or Surag or it's been Kevin is decided like I want to learn Microsoft, you don't need to purchase a subscription. That means you don't need to, because right now all of us may be using Amazon Prime Video or a Netflix or a Hotstar for watching movies, right? Right now you may be using like you may be subscribed any of this product, right, for watching a movie. Now, similar way, if you want to use any of this cloud service provider or a solution, you need an account and you need a subscription also. In most of the times when you purchase the Amazon Prime Video or a Netflix or a Hotstar, you may be subscribed for a 6 month or a 1 year subscription, right? Similar way, if you want to use any of these cloud solutions, you need to pay for that. But if you're taking to Microsoft Azure or all these vendors, if someone want to try or someone want to explore these options here, in a generally most in a normal days, they are giving a 30 days of free account. So 30 days, you can log into the portal, you can explore all the services, you can practice your lab, and which will help you to move or a rehost or a lift and shift your existing infrastructure into the cloud. Now, how to create this account, how to use this 38 days, how to subscribe, what are the terms of a resource or a resource group or a subscription, possibly we'll discuss tomorrow's session. Now, today's session, you need to understand there is a lot of vendors is available in the market. Microsoft is one of the vendor, and the product which has been available from a Microsoft is known as Microsoft Azure. Market share is almost 20 to 30% is been holding by Microsoft. Now, when it is going to Amazon, or right now we may be using Amazon for purchasing a as a e-commercial application, right? For purchasing your dress or a gadget, you're using Amazon or a Flipkart, right? Similar way, Amazon is having IT backend also. That's called Amazon Web Service. So the cloud product available from a Amazon, that is known as AWS. The cloud product from a Amazon is known as AWS. That's called Amazon Web Service. Similar like Azure, Amazon also giving 30 days of a time. That's called a trial period. The trial period, you can create an account. You can able to join, or you can able to practice the lab. So all these things you can do in AWS also. So during this training, I'm helping you to create a free account. So that will help you to do a practical labs or a simulation also. I'll help you on that part. Okay, so nothing to worry about that. And you have a Google also available. Google has been uh, came with another product called Google Cloud Platform, that is called a GCP. So GCP is the Google Cloud product. So Google also it's been came with a cloud solution. So Google, Microsoft, or Amazon, these are the three leading vendors in the cloud service providers. So these are the market, almost 60 to 70% of the market is been ruled, or it's been handled or holding by these three vendors. We have a Google, we have Microsoft and Amazon, and a lot of other vendors also available in the market. You have Alibaba, you have HP, you have a VMware, you have a Salesforce, Rackspace, or IBM, Red Hat, Oracle, or Adobe. There are different vendors available in the market who has been providing this kind of a solution. Now, so this is about the all CSP part. It's been like there are different vendors. I just put only few companies here. There are a lot of other vendors also available in the market who is been providing this one. Yes, you need to complete 3 days of webinar, then only you will be getting a certificate. Now, attendance link, we'll post it once again. So that if you can help me on that, people can post the attendance link right away. So that if you can help me on that, that be well and good. Yeah. So right now, in the first slide, we understood there are different vendors available, and we learned one key terminology here, that is called CSP. That's called Cloud Service Provider. The vendors generally, the terminology or the term generally we are known as a CSP. That's called CSP is the link, or the CSP is the we can able to use it. Now the same link you can use for joining for tomorrow's session also. The same team link is only available. Now, right now we understood CSP is understood. Now we understood like you have VMware and Microsoft, you have Amazon, you have a Google Cloud and other vendors like IBM or Rackspace. So many other vendors also available. Now our event, or we are an authorized training partner for Microsoft, and all our event it's been focusing more on the Microsoft Azure product. So the whole training program has been focusing more on the Microsoft Azure or Microsoft Cloud or a Microsoft products. So this entire training event, we are focusing on the Microsoft training and Microsoft enablement programs. Now let's try to understand the Microsoft Azure side. How Azure has been designed, or the cloud product, or what are the trainings or a certification has been available from the Microsoft side. Now, if you're looking to Microsoft training program, Microsoft has been came with a different role-based certification. Because morning we had an intro session, we understood We have a members from a different background. Bibi has been working on a web server. We have a John from a system administrator. Robin has been from an architect background. Surag is coming from a finance background, and we have Ayaz is coming from a student's background. So we have many members available in the batch with a different job role, or it's been a different day-to-day operation. Now, instead of learning everything on in a kind of a capsule format, Microsoft is beautifully designed and defined the training program. So Microsoft is been came with a different role-based certification program. I'm just giving some summary of this one, how generally or how normally they are organized this one. Microsoft is having Azure Administrator Training Certification or a program. This basically for the resource. It's been who has been working on a sorry, in between my mic went in mute mode. Yeah. So Microsoft is announced a different job role here. It's been um, Azure administrator, like the resource, or if you are from a system administrator background, for example, like you are in a normal day-to-day operations, if you're working with a virtual machines or a VM or a networking or a monitoring of a solution, Azure administrator is the training or a certification Microsoft has been focusing. And if you are from a developer background, like if you're handling the database or this kind of a program, Azure developer is the training certification generally it's been focusing. And if you're from a designing and um, planning side, like architect kind of a background, you have a Azure solution architect program available. And right now the hot cake in the market is called DevOps one. So you have a lot of DevOps program also it's been available from the Microsoft. And other than that, you have a 365 is one of the other hot cake in the market, like a 365 product or a mod desktop administrator like AZ140, or it's been like a VDA or a SAP solutions, or then you can able to go for a desktop administrator program also. I'm going one by one. Now, in case if you decided like you are going for some kind of a training program or a certification program, so these are the few guidelines or um, advice from our side. Uh, because many times we have seen uh, just for a namesake, people will go write in some exams and they want to upload like in the resume or it's in the CV saying that I'm a Microsoft certified solution architect. But most of the times people don't have any background or knowledge about that. So we are not preferring for you to go for that, because our intention is like we want you to enable this technology, because right now the market is being stayed or organization is being changed, because right now all the organization need skilled and a knowledgeable resource only. So our advice for you, it's been like, in case if you decided like you are going for writing some kind of assessment or a certification program, we recommend you to complete training and self study first. Right now you are attending the instructor led program that's called ILT program, and we are giving a online courses link or a books or a reference material also. Once you prepared, once you completed your self learning, then you can go for assessment, that's called a certification program. So you can go and write the exam also. We'll give it to you for how to write and what is the normal method of writing also. I'll give you idea about that. Now in the next portion, I'm trying to give you what are the certification it's been available from the market. Now, there are n number of certification available in the market. Like if you're taking to Microsoft, these are the few certification available from Microsoft. You can, if you maybe search in internet, Microsoft is came with some kind of a numbers. You maybe heard about a CCNA or a CCNP or a CCA. Few years before you have a MCP or a MCSC or MCITP, right? Now, right now, what Microsoft is done for identifying the training or a certification, they are given some numbers, because in the first portion we understood based on the job role, we can go and select the training courses, right? How Microsoft will say identify this? or how students will identify, it's based on the numbers. So AZT stands for assure. That's it. AZT stands for the assure. So you have a different numbers you can able to see. That's called a AZ900 or A900 or a DP900. So wherever if you are seeing this 900, that basically foundation courses. So if you are seeing like a AZ900, right now you can able to see this AZ900 here. You have AI900 here. You have a DP900. So 900 is basically foundation or a fundamental courses. Now AZ900 is the course. It's basically a cloud administrator training program. That's a foundation course. Basically, there is no lab or there is no practical approach has been available on the AZ900. That's basically a foundation course. It's basically talks about more about um, understanding a cloud computing. Right now, we need to understand how the cloud computing is been configured, right? So AZ900 is basically a kind of a fundamental course. It talks about like the foundation knowledge about the cloud services. Right now, when someone asks like I'm from a finance background, so if you're from a finance background or a market background or a sales background, or if you're a student, or if you're coming from the first time on a cloud technology, this is the course you need to complete first, because I don't know anything about the IT service. I don't know anything about the cloud administrator part or cloud terminology or a cloud topic. Because many times if you participate some kind of a technical events, people may be discussing about subnet, OSPF, BGP, or a configuring of a cloud XYZ things, right? And if you don't know anything about this one, you will be like a silent. You don't know what is happening here. Hey, is something rocket science is happening, right? So you don't need to go to that kind of a forum. Possibly in the next couple of days, focus on the AZ900 course. The number you can note down AZ900, because AZ900, whatever training even next to 3 days we are hosting, it's about the fundamental part. So end of this program, you should have a foundation knowledge about the cloud service, like what is the cloud computing, or what are the terminologies been available, and why this is called a cloud computing. Because right now everyone is saying a cloud computing, you need to understand what is a cloud computing, right? How the cloud computing is been different from a on-premises one. Now how to people are talking about the lift and shift. How will I do this shifting of my existing servers or a rack or a router or a switch or a VM or a workstation to a cloud? Do I need to lift physically and dump it on the Microsoft server? How will I do that? How will I change this IP address? You may be having a number of questions in your mind right now. So we'll be discussing about all these points. Introduction to the cloud computing. What is a cloud computing? And you may be heard about a different cloud model. You may be heard about a concept called a public cloud or a private cloud or a hybrid cloud or a PaaS or a SaaS or a IaaS. There are different cloud model or a service model. You may be heard about that. So we'll have a discussion, a debate on that. What is this model? How this cloud computing is being defined, and obviously we need to discuss about what are the benefit you are going to get, right? Now if someone is decided like, if I'm going from a on premises to or a data room or a data center to cloud, what is the benefit as a business or as a or user I'm going to get with the help of a cloud? What are the reliability I'm getting? How the predictability is in the cloud side, and how the security is being configured? Few people may be having worried about how is it been secured here. What are the options you will have? So we'll be discussing about benefit of the management manageability part. We'll be discussing about the benefit you are getting on the security or a governance part. We'll be discussing about reliability and predictability part. All these points is being covered in the AZ900 program. So AZ900 is the foundation course for any of this cloud platform. If someone is decided, if Surag or it's been Akbar or it's been Andan or it's been Kiran has been decided like I'll start my cloud transformation journey. Appreciate you are in the right place. AZ900 is the first event you need to register and you need to study. So that's the course right now we are discussing the next 3 days. Now I'm just going back here into the slide. Now, if someone is decided like you will go for a certification program, So this is the first certification you need to write, or this first training program you need to attend, because when you're making your house, the foundation always needs to be strong, right? So all the foundation is been coming under the training course called AZ900. Now after that, based on your job role, you can move to the other certification on Azure administrator or a developer. Then in future you can add spend time on that, and you can move to a expert level like architect level or a DevOps engineer level or a networking level or a hybrid cloud set. That different level you can able to move. Right now you need to understand cloud. If you are taking, there are different certification is been available. AZ900 is the one certification. It's been covering about the foundation part. Now we'll do one thing. Almost an hour now. I know it's you continuously 1 hour you're sitting. Let's take a 5 minutes break and come back. Then we'll discuss about or try to understand about the rest of the training courses or training certification available, and we'll try to understand which course is been apt, or which course is been, or the training or the course is been suitable for your job role. Now, what is the starting salary package of AZ 900? Suraj, it's been a good question. Uh, Suraj is once you completed AZ 900, uh, as a trainer or as a mentor, I cannot say that, hey, Suraj, you are going to get $10,000 or a $15,000. We cannot comment that. This all it's based on your experience and your knowledge and the position of that role also. Because some companies maybe a startup company, some company maybe it's a big four companies. So all these companies having some budget or a band or a role, maybe it's been budget, maybe it's been allocated. So it's all based on your experience and all based on the company also. So right now, I don't think me or any of the mentor cannot comment on that. What is will be the starting salary for that? Architect course, do I need to fill? Yeah. Faisal, AZ305 is an architect exam. Basically, it's an advanced training program. You don't need to complete any AZ900 or any of the primary courses. But as a trainer or from my experience, I recommend you to complete AZ900 or associate exam, then go for the AZ305. That may be the right approach. Yeah. So CTSB has been mentioned like a fundamental, associate, and expert. That is the right path. Can you share me the PowerPoint? Yeah, we'll try to upload it on the Discord. And if I pass a fundamental part, yes, you can jump into AZ400. You can move to this other certification program also. If you're, it's not, John, it's not mandatory that you need AZ900 for AZ400. No, but this something like 305 or a 400. It's an advanced topic. And if you don't know the foundation about cloud, like a fundamentals or how to access this one, there is no point of earning, or it's been completing 305 or a 400, right? So that's the reason I ask you to complete basic or a fundamental course also, because many times I have seen, John, like people write is it 400 or a 305, and if someone is asking like, hey John, you also, or hey Robin, you go and connect to Microsoft Azure portal, they will be shocked and surprised. People may be thinking like, hey, how to connect this one? I don't have knowledge about this one. People may be knowing all the advanced topic or a concept, but if the foundation is not clear, you will be in a kind of in a stuck situation. That's the reason. um, as an entry person, I recommend you to go for AZ900 exam. What is the entry level position for? Yeah, Daryl, entry level people can go for AZ900 person. If you're a person who from a student's background, or the first time you're thinking like any kind of the certification program, you can go for the AZ900 question. And BB has been uh, I am from a major incident background. I understood like you are from a change and background one. So BB wants to know which is a certification program. So Bib Rahman, you can go for AZ900 program and 104. That is the right path for you, because basically you will be focusing more about P1 S1 or a P2 or a change management or a incident management of this one. Because when you joined any code, you need to understand the terminology. Now your counterpart is saying like, hey, this is a problem with the Azure load balancer, or this is the problem with the network firewall. As an incident manager or as a incident coordinator, you should know what is the problem with one, because you may have to ask a lot of counter question. You can ask, hey Robin, have you checked the LBI IP address? Have you checked this incoming? Have you checked this outgoing? Is there any on-prem connectivity? Is there any VPN connectivity, right? So you should know all this terminology. Otherwise, as a incident manager, you will be in a kind of in a silent mode in an outage code. So you should complete AZ900 for exam. I hope answered your question, because I have been participating a lot of operational calls, because many times incident manager will initiate the call, and rest of the things they may be not knowing any about this current terminology, and they will be like doing a kind of a clerical job, only sending for SDN, or they'll be sending like collecting the information from the participant. But as an incident manager, you need to try the outage call, right? So you should know the technology, you should know the terminologies to be used also. How long it will take me to become an expert? Suraj, that's it all depends upon how much effort you are putting. Now, if you're asking me, even though I have a 16 years of an experience, and the cloud side I have 6 to 8 years experience, if someone has been asking me how much you learn, I will tell only I will learn only 1%, even though I put 35 plus certification, because it's an ocean. So that's like a lot of things has been implemented day by day, so you need to put your efforts. So I cannot give a time saying that 6 months you will be completing this one, or I cannot give a capsule also. This all depends upon how much effort you are putting on understanding the technology, how much effort you are spending on for learning this one. Generally this will take a 3 to 6 months normally for an average person. I think we'll take a 5 minutes break. Let's take a quick break and just go for a walk and come back in 5 minutes. So then I'll try to answer the rest of the questions, because we have a lot of other certifications also. It's been available on the screen. Let's go through all that, and we'll move on to the terminologies one. So let's take a 5 minutes break and come back. Thank you. So thank you, team. I hope all are back. And is the webinar finished? No, Ken. Like we had last 1 hour of a discussion. We thought of taking a 5 minutes break. So webinar is not finished. And we got another question like how many days of a program? It's a 3 days program. The same Teams link, you can able to use it. In case if you are not having this link, I'm just pasting it on the chat window right away. Just give me a second. And I'm just pasting. And this is the meeting link for this attending the session for tomorrow also. The same meeting link you can able to, it's a recurring link. So you can able to use this link. And in case if you're looking for a passcode or something, this is the meeting ID. And with the help of this, you will be able to join. So this is the meeting ID and this is the passcode. Now another question like a Discord link already it's been pasted. And in case if you're looking, this is the form for the registration, the feedback, everything. That link has been taking. Mohammed is asking like how long this session will continue. Possible another 2 hours we'll have a session. So 2 hours of we'll have a session. Form link has been already pasted, and the Discord link also it's been pasted on the chat. Yeah, the same time depends upon which country you have been connected. Because we have a participant from Philippines, Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, New Zealand, Australia, Malaysia. So we have a global presence. So depends upon which country you have been connected, the same link. So if you're connecting to this meeting invite link based on your time zone, you will be able to find out is it a PM or it's been afternoon or a evening, you will be able to find out. Okay. I think let's go back to our session. So in the first portion, we understood like AZ900, it's been more into the foundation course. Once you've done this one, the next path, it's been like you can move to the AZ104 exam. Now, this is the path we are suggesting. Now, in case if you are thinking like, no, I need to understand about another technology, like I need to understand about uh, artificial intelligence, then you can go for an exam called AZ AI 900. So AI 900 has been basically talks about the artificial intelligence. Right now, all world it's been about moving to artificial intelligence, right? Like a machine learning or a artificial intelligence concept. Now, if you want about this concept like ML or called machine learning or artificial intelligence or the AI fundamental, if you want to learn, Microsoft has been uh, release a data scientist associate or a Azure AI Associate exam. This is basically known as Azure Data Scientist Associate exam or Microsoft AI Engineer Associate exam. So once you completed this one, you will be uh, certified with a Microsoft Azure AI Fundamental exam. So if you go to Microsoft portal and if you type AI 900 exam program, you will be getting all these details. So this is like you can just go to this portal, you will be able to get all these exam details. So now for any exam, if you want to go, you can just go to Google and just give the code. You will be able beautifully, this will be given this exam. For example, like AZ900. Now morning we were discussing about AZ900 exam. So if you go to the AZ900, uh, I hope you can see my screen. AZ900, if you're seeing here, you can able to see like this giving a beautiful explanation with an intro, like who can write this exam. Now, if you are coming down, the passing percentage is been 700 mark. End of the program, you will be getting an exam or the certificate called Microsoft Azure Fundamentals 1. Now, in case if you are from a artificial intelligence or a data scientist background, you can go for the A900 exam. Now, if you are from a system administrator or a on-premises or system administrator, for example, like if you are a person managing the system administrator role, or like implementing or managing or monitoring your infrastructure in your organization. So infrastructure means that which includes virtual machines or workstations or identity management or a storage management or any kind of a governance policy. You can go for the AZ104 exam. Typically, this is a 32 hours of a training program. It's basically 4 days of a training program. So you can go for a AZ104 exam. So if you are from a system administrator background, you can go for this AZ104 exam. Now, if you are from an architect background, you may be a person who has been um, designing or planning your organization infrastructure. Like if you're a person, it's in like advanced level, like you are the person if you designing like how the networking to be configured in your organization, or you are the person who's taking a overall solution uh, part, like it can be on a DevOps or a development background. 305 is the exam you need to write. Previously, the certification was known as a 303 and a 304 exam. So few vendors or some portal, you may be seeing this a 303 or a 304. That's the reason I mentioned here. Right now, these exams are expired. So this 303 and a 304 exam, right now it's been not available. It's been expired in the last March month. So you need to go for another certification. Replacement of this certification is 305. So you need to write an exam called 305. So 305, generally known as a designing Microsoft Azure infrastructure. This is a kind of a architect program. So if you are a person who has been designing your VMware or virtual solutions or a storage or a DevOps, then you can able to go for this program. Now, if you are from a designer or it's a background, you can able to go for the 305 exam. Now, if you are a person completely managing the security products, for example, like you are the person is configuring the cloud security in your organization, then you can go for the AZ 500 exam. So this is the AZ 500 exam is the exam you can go on, right. Like you are a person configuring network security or a platform security or a host security or a monitoring solutions, then you need to go for an exam called AZ 500 exam. Now, if you're a person managing the networking components, now in your organization, you have a network engineers has been available, right? Once you move to all your network into Microsoft Azure, you can go for the AZ700 exam. That's called basically it talks about virtual networking or IP address or a subnetting or configuring a firewall or configuring a VPN solutions and connecting existing network into the on-premises one. All this um, background has been coming on the AZ700 exam. Now, if you're a person from a uh, on-premises system administrator background, and if you're a person managing the OS in your organization, we prefer you to go for AZ 800 and 900 exam. So these are the two exam you can get, right? So AZ 800 and 801 is the exam you can able to go for this one. Now, if you're from a developer background, 204 and a 3 to 400 is the exam we are preferring. And if you're from a finance or a data management, like a DP 203, right now you can able to see there is an exam it's been mentioned. It's been like a DP20. Like if you're from a data engineering background, like you may be handling a SQL or a Python or a Scala kind of a data architecture background. If you are coming, then you can go for 203 exam. So like if you're a data engineer, if you're handling languages like SQL or a Python or a Scala kind of thing, then you can able to go for this, especially for a data engineers, you are selecting 203 exam. Now, if you're from a ZAP or it's been a SAP background, 120 is the exam you can write it. And if you're from a BDA background, you can go for a 140 exam. And if you're from a compliance and security one, like vulnerabilities and all these kind of things if you're handling, then we prefer you to go for a SE900 exam. So SE900 exam is the for a compliance kind of a background. It's been covered under the 900 exam. Now this is the overall Microsoft certification details you have. Now if you want to learn more about this one, let me share you a couple of learning links. I'm just pasting on the chat window. Give me a second. Now, if you want to learn all the learning summaries or the, you can go for a portal called Microsoft Learn Portal. I'm just pasted the link on the chat window. I hope you can see it. So this is the learning portal we have. Now, I got in a question. What is the difference between AZ104 and 800 and 801? So good question. 800 and 801. If you're seeing this one, it's been most commonly you may be seeing some kind of a similarity. But 800 and 801, it's been more talks about a hybrid kind of approach. Daryl. Like it's been talks about how this cloud solution can be used in a kind of a hybrid mode, right? Like how to integrate with your on-premises infrastructure, how this can be integrated with other cloud providers, and how can use a Windows Admin Center or a PowerShell or a Arc or a policies or a monitoring or a automation one. How this can be integrated with your existing data center or a data room, it's been covered here. Because AZ104, it's been completely talks about the resource which is been configured inside your Azure one. It's not talks about more about how this can be integrated with your on-premises solutions, right? Then I'm just giving a scenario like you're working for an organization, you have some HR applications or a HR solutions you have. Now that organization is decided like um, or their core infrastructure or a solution is been it's been configured in the existing data center or a data room, and they don't want to migrate into Microsoft Azure due to some governance policy or a law of land or some legal issues. So that kind of a situation you may have to do, or you may have to configure some kind of a hybrid solution which talks about integrating the cloud infrastructure with a existing data center or a data room. So all that solutions or all that policies or a uh, topic or resource is been covered in the 800 and 801. 80, so AZ104 talks about all the resource configuration in the Azure side. It's not discussed much about how this can be configured in the other side of the table. I hope it's been clarified. Any question there? Yeah. Now I'm just pasting this both link on the chat. So hope you can, if you can get a time, 800 and 801, you can just do a comparison from yourself also. I just pasted all the three link also. So if you can get your time, so if you can refer these three, you may be able to understand the difference. So like I'm just pasted on the all the three certification program link also on the chat. So Robin also my ID only, it's been connected from a secondary one. Um, I got another question, Bolram, saying that he's from a chemical engineer background. Now, which course it's been suitable for a uh, Azure side. So I prefer you to go for a AZ 900 certification program first. So I prefer you to go for a there is no separate branch for a chemical engineer right here. Now, I prefer you to go for a AZ 900 first, then you can start move to the rest of the courses based on your aspiration. And so, which one it's been like instead of jumping directly onto this uh, architect or a networking one, I prefer you to go for AZ 900 first, because you're completely coming from a different stream or a vertical. So I prefer you to go for this one. I'm going to another question from a Suraj. Um, like My background is IT networking. I'm working as a junior. To which certification I prefer for you? Suraj, I prefer you to go for this path. I'm just typing on the chat window. So for you, this is the path I prefer. I just pasted on the chat. You can complete a fundamental first, then go for associate, that could administrator one, then complete a networking, and then go for the architect one. I'm answering another question from a SQL client. Um, do I need to go for a SQL or a MySQL to learn? No, you don't need a SQL or a MySQL background for learning one. Right? You can basic your TCP IP or a basic IT infrastructure knowledge. It's been sufficient for this one. Now you got a question like what is the certification exam pay? Uh, I'll take you to that point. Possible in the next slide, I'll talk about how to do a registration on that. That time I'll cover this one. Right now, I'm moving a question to the bucket one. Now, before that, finance background, um, you can go for. Kishan has been asking a question about the he is from a finance background. You can go for a data analyst after completing the foundation course. That may be the right approach for you. Now, let's move to the chemical engineer. I already answered. Screen is got stuck. No, I'm not Mohit. I'm not changing my screen here. I'm still on the same screen. Overall, the certification summary or a consolidated roadmap has been updated. I'm not moved any screen right away. How about from a if I'm from a technical background, Aaron, you can go for the Suraj question. Like you can complete 900, 104, then 700 and 305. Uh, Aaron, I think maybe that may be the right path for you since you are from a technical background. Now, what is the difference? I already cleared. Now I got another question. What is the difference between AZ900 to CCNA certificate? CCNA and uh, um, AZ900, both are covering a network concept only. CCNA is basically talks about the on-premises or a router or a Cisco product, right? But AZ900 is more into the cloud networking aspect has been covered. Like when you moved your existing on-premises network right now, if you're taking any organization, you have a hub or a switch or a routing, and all this has been configured either in the switch or a router in the physical layer, right? Or the physical switch. I hope you are agreeing with that point, right? Because I got a question here. What is the difference getting a AZ900 to CCNA certificate? One, AZ900 has been completely discussing about the cloud or a virtual networking background. CCNA is I have seen it's been like more into the physical side, right? It's been like how this CCNA um, courses. If you're seeing like a few years before, I have also gone through this CCNA part. What are the TCP layers, or it's discuss about like how to configure a LAN, or how IP version 4 or IP version 6 addressing can be done in a on-premises or in a physical side. But AZ900 it's been covering almost a similar topic, but in a cloud point of view, like how this IP address or a IP planning or a implementation is can be done in a network side. I'm just giving a scenario. It's been like when you configure a networking on a cloud side, we will discuss more about like what is a virtual network, what is a private IP, what is a public IP address, how this private and public IP address can be configured in the Azure side, and it discuss about like configuring a routing. What are the routing protocol is being supported on the Azure side? You maybe heard about a term called a natting. It's will discuss about like how the natting can be configured here, and it will talk about connecting to different data centers in Azure. Like there is a concept called VNet peering, right? Basically there is a two type of peering it's been configured. That's called a region and global peering. Also, how the peering can be configured on Azure side. Now, if you want to go for a configuring any kind of a virtually private network, like it's called on premises or a hybrid one, how this networking can be configured on this one, or how the traffic management can be configured on the cloud side. All these points it's been covered in the AZ900 one. So 700 and CCNA, you may be seeing there are some topic, maybe it's been similar maybe coming, because both talks about a network background only. So there will be some similar topic, you may be able to see it on the AZ700 and the CCNA1. Exam fee, we'll discuss that. Now Suraj question I already answered. Now any other question is been pending here? Certificate already we are told, like end of the session you will be getting a certificate. All the 3 days webinar you need to attend, the same Teams link you need to attend. Now, is there any recorded session? Yes, it's been available. You can visit the Discord link. Now, form, can you send a form that already we have been answered? It's been link already, it's been shared on this one. Now, let's me come back to the rest of the questions. If I don't have any background on a cloud company, which path should I go? Kishan, you need to go for AZ900. That is the path for you. So you complete that path. Now, another questions, just pitching one by one. Okay, so just picking one by one. So how much we need to pay, that I'm coming. uh, Applicable for a technical, yes, that is the path Aaron, you can go for this one. No, leading technology undergraduate, I'm a leading information technology, which is a AZ900 at the same path. I am from an electronic engineer. Electronic engineer also, Viraj, you can go for the Suraj path, like AZ900 and 104, because you cannot go, because if you're from an electronics background, you may not having all programming skill or knowledge available. So in case if you are going to this DevOps or any other background, you will be in a kind of stuck situation. So I prefer you to go for AZ900 and 104 background, because basically me also a electronics engineer. I also started or completed all my graduations, or it's been my education background electronics engineer. I initial days I was also started DevOps or a programming C++, and it was not uh, understanding for me, because me also same kind of a mindset a few years before. That the reason I prefer you to go for Suraj background. I want to take a exam. Congrats, Akbar. You can go for that. Now, other questions, and let me go for that. What do you mean by NBSP? It's been non-breaking space, maybe. I'm not sure who wrote that. What is the full form? NBSP. I didn't use any term NBSP. I don't know who used that term here. How I can become a data scientist on Microsoft Azure side. So I got a question on someone has been looking for any kind of data science exam. So in case if you're from a looking for any kind of a data scientist certification program, you can go for data associate training exams. So I already mentioned like a DP100 is the certification program you can complete. So like if you are from a data scientist, you are looking for any kind of a data scientist or a program, then you can go for a DP100 exam. So data scientist means that basically if you are looking for any kind of machine learning or a data science program, like a resource or a machine learning or a training a model or creating a mission models or a AI fundamental, then you can go for the Databricks kind of a background. If you have, then you can go for a DP100 one. So DP100 is the option you can have. I'm a computer science student. Yeah, you can go for AZ400 after completing the AZ900. And if you're from a RPA development background, RPA has been basically robot process automation one. So in case if you're from a background automation background, I prefer you to go for a Power BI or a Power Automate certification program. So you can go for the RPA programs. Like I'll give you the certification number. Just give me a second. You can go for an exam code PL500 series. So this is the, I just pasted. Someone has been pasted. I think who was posting this? Leo was asking about. I am from a app background, so RPA background. So I recommend you go for a PL series. That's called, I just pasted here. So you need to go for a PL series here. So you can, if you're from a RPA background, you can go for that. Now I got another question like, is there any ebook? Matt, I'll try to give you some couple of learning link which will help you for a self-study purpose. So I'll give you ebooks or books details. I'll paste you in the possibly in the upcoming slides. And I got another question from a Ken. Is there any cybersecurity training program or a certification is been available? Yes. Recently, Microsoft has been released a cybersecurity training program. You maybe heard about that cybersecurity exam course from my Microsoft. That's called AZ100. I'm just posting that link also on the chat. 1 second. Just give me. Let me copy paste that. So, Ken, answering to your question, if you're from a cyber security background and you want to know how the risk compliance or how this has been configured in the Microsoft side, like a zero trust kind of a architecture, or how the GRC model or the cyber security has been configured in Azure, then you can go for SC100 exam if you're from a background, cyber security background. Now, I am a system administrator planning to do a AZ900 and 104 and a 305. Uh, Vigneshwar, I think before going for 305, complete AZ700 and 720 also. Then go for a 305. Okay, so that may be the right background for you, right option for you. When it is start Azure fundamental, I'm coming to that. We are discussing about AZ900 part only. So we are trying to answer the general question from the participants because it's a foundation course. We want the people to know where to start. The reason we are trying to answer a couple of a question people were holding for a last couple of months. We are trying to help our students to clarify all these questions. I think we are good. I think I will try to answer all your questions and hope we can move to the next part. That will be an value add for your coding language. Um, Jaychidan asking like you were working as a network engineer, now I'm working as a help desk. Jaychidan, you can do one thing. Don't worry about that. If, this one, you can move to a network engineer background. So go for AZ900 and AZ700 exam. So that may be the right path for you. Okay. Now that's about the certificate. This one. So yeah, I'll try to cover this AZ900. I understood me also spending a lot of time because our students has been holding this question for a quite long time. That's the reason I spend try to help our participants. Okay. Now coming to this AZ 900 or a 104 exam. So this course has been basically it's been covering now AZ 900 exam. It's been covering basically a 5 categories. This one. Possible the rest of all the FAQ question, possible end of the module. I'll answer it. So whoever is want to stay back, they can stay back. I'll try to answer all your questions at part. Now let's go back to the core part. AZ900 has been covering about the cloud concept or Azure services, and it talks about the solutions or a management part, and it's been covering about the security and a network security portion. So it's basically management course. And advanced version of this training program is AZ104. It's been talks about identity or a management or a solutions part. Now, if you want to learn AZ90 AZ900 training program, we are trying to complete or we are trying to cover all these training programs. Like if you're taking to AZ900 portion, this is the exam link, or this is the module one. You can able to see. Now, once you completed AZ900, so this training program is more into the fundamental part. Now, if you come to this AZ900 exam, this talks about the cloud concept. It's cover about the technical architecture or the options is been available here. and it's been talks about the management or a governance part. So these are the three module or the three category of topics we are going to cover in the next 2 days, or including today it's been 3 days. Now once you've done this training program, so these are the areas you are going to get in questions, like a 25 to 30% of the questions you are going to get from the cloud concept, and 35 to 40% you are going to get from the architecture background, and the 30 to 35% you are going to get from the management or a governance parts. Now, for writing this exam, 700 is the passing percentage, right? If you're going for writing this one out of 1000, 700 is the passing score for this exam. And once you clear this exam, you will be getting about fundamentals certificate also. Basically, if you go for all of the certification, this one every year you need to renew this one, but for AZ900 you don't need to do any renewal one. But 104 or a 700 or a 720 or a 305 or a SC series, every year you need to do renew this one. You don't need to pay anything for that. It will ask you for a online portal there. You can just go and renew your exam. You need to write 15 to 30 questions and you can renew your certification. Now, second, um, one of the next question I am expecting from all the participants here, is there any learning material it's been providing by us? Now, a few years before, whenever you're going for any of the Microsoft training program, Microsoft used to give a kind of a handout or a skill pipe here. But right now, all this material or the handout has been available in the Microsoft portal itself. Right now, I pasted one link on the chat window, right? So you can just go to the portal. This is the handout. You can just click on this one. All your learning or a handout material, it's been available here. You don't need to sign in or you don't need to create an account. By default, it's been available free of cost for everyone. You don't need to just connect it on the portal and you will be able to access all the learning material here. So you don't need to go for purchasing a handout or an ebook or a physical book. So all this material has been free of here. You can able to select here. You can able to see here there is a detailed handout or a description is been given here. Once you completed this one, you will be getting some points also here on the right side top in the green color. You can able to see there is a points also is been available. So better if you can write it and sign in, this point will be added to your account. So whenever you are download your transcript or your profile from the Microsoft portal with your certification, all these points also, all these badges also will be added to your profile. So whenever you're learning or whenever you are attending or going through the Microsoft e-learning portal, make sure that you're signing with your account. So all these points also will be added to your profile. So make sure that all this handout is been available here and you can you can able to learn it from the portal itself. Now about our AZ900 training approach, we will be going in a module wise, like all the topic it's been covered in a presentation wise, and you will have a live demo also it's been available, and all the sessions you will have a all kind of assessment also we are planning. So in between you'll have a live quizzes also it's been available. So and you will have a live lab also it's been covered. Now how to prepare an exam, that's already we are seeing. It's like when you're going for writing an exam, basically you will have a 40 to 60 questions you can expect. So in case if you're planning for writing an exam, make sure that you are blocking your 150 to 180 minutes of your calendar. Uh, so this exam you can write it from the Microsoft Microsoft portal. You can able to schedule this exam. Now if I need to schedule this exam, you can just go to AZ900, just type it, whichever exam you need to write it. You can just go through that portal, login, and the bottom you can able to see like schedule an exam. You can able to see there is an uh, option you can able to see on the portal. Right now you're seeing like I'm planning to write this exam. Based on your country, you can select this one. Few people ask what is the cost for this exam. This depends upon from where you've been connected. For example, like I have few students has been connected from Philippines here. Now you can able to see the amount which has been available for the this country as Philippines. It's been different from US. Now, if I'm connected from Sri Lanka, the amount maybe is going to be different. Now, based on the which country you have been connected, you can able to see the payment, or the you will be able to see the amount. For example, like India have been connected, 3,000 is the rupees is I need to pay. Now, bottom you can able to see how for a registration one. Few years before, we used to go for writing this exam from a centers. Right now, you don't need to go for that. From your home itself, you'll be able to write it. You need a laptop with a webcam. Ensure that you are writing in a closed room. You can write your exam from your home itself. In case if you're planning for writing an exam, you can able to write it from your home itself. Okay. Now, can we do this session from? No. Mohammed, generally, you need to either you need a voucher, or if you're personally if you're going for this one, you need to pay this one, because some of the organization generally you will have vouchers will be getting. Like if you are redeeming that voucher, it's been free of cost. You can check with your organization. If it is in most of the IT companies nowadays, it's getting a free voucher. With a voucher, you can redeem it and you can write in a free of cost. In case if you don't know how voucher, you may have to pay from your pocket. Okay. Now we covered about the certification and the similar kind of a certification available from Google and AWS also. I'm not getting to that point. AWS and Google I'm not covering here, because this is completely a Microsoft training. Now let's move to the topic called cloud, or it's been called the cloud concept. So the first portion it's been we are trying to discuss today, it's about the cloud concept. Now, last couple of hours, we were discussing about a cloud or a cloud certification or a cloud training program. Now, before moving to a cloud, let's try to understand how the traditional IT deployment is been configured. Right now, we were talking about changing the world or changing this IT infrastructure. Now, let's try to understand how the IT it's been configured in your organization. Now, if you're taking the existing IT deployment or IT infrastructure model, you can able to see either it's may be configured in a kind of in a CPE model or a on-premises model, or it's been configured in a co-location model. Right now, if you if you're checking your existing IT infrastructure available in your office, you may be seeing a data room or a data center or a uh, uh, infrastructure available in your organization itself, right? Where you will have uh, servers or a rack or a senders, everything it's been configured, right? You're agreeing with this point? Because if you're seeing your existing your data center, if you're observing in your organization, it's been configured in a kind of a on-premises or a CPE model. That's called a on-premises solution, or a that's called a CPE. That's called a customer owned or a customer premises one, right? So there is a two term you can able to see. That's called on-premises solution, or it's known as a CPE. That's called a customer premises equipment. Now, on-premises solution means that if you go to your office, you may be seeing like there is a room where you can able to see the servers or a rack or a router or a switch or a all firewall product is been configured, right? If you're seeing these equipments where this has been hosted in a on-premises one, all this equipment is been configured inside your building, and who is purchased that equipment? That equipment is been purchased by you. That means you means that your organization or your business it's been purchased this one. Now In a on-premises solution, right now I'm discussing about three portions here. Let me take you into whiteboard. I hope you can see the whiteboard. Let me, 1 second, let me change the screen. So I hope you can see the screen right now. So right now, if you take any organization, you have a three model of infrastructure is been currently available. The existing model, or we all it's been discussing about a term called cloud. This is the one model right now we are discussing. Now, right now, this is the model where you're going to do a lift and shift or you're going to migrate. But if you go to your existing infrastructure of all the companies or organization, you have a two model right now it's been available. One is known as a on-premises one. What is the second model? It's called a co-location. Now, all organization right now it's been discussing about moving all your on-premises to a cloud, from an on-premises or a co-location to a cloud. So this cloud means you will have a Microsoft or it's been AWS or any of the cloud provider will be provided this one. Right now, if you talks about on-premises one, I'm just asking a questions to you. Who is purchasing the servers in Azure on-premises data center? In your organization, if you want to purchase a data center, who has been owning that? Any idea? Employer or a business, right? Now, if you're taking your organization, the company has been owned by one, right? If you're taking organization or in your existing data center, you may be having a servers, you may be having network equipments, you may be having a firewall product, you may be having a virtual machines, you may be having a rack, you may be having a coding facility, you may be having a power facility, you may be having a skilled administrator, right? All it's been managed. It's by you or your organization. I hope you're agreeing with this point, right? You have any other thought on this? Can you just comment it on the chat window? Your on-premises one, you are agreeing with this point? Yes. So I think most of the members are agreeing with this point. It's been like we are in a kind of, no, employees don't have any rights to own your one, right? I'm saying like the organization. Now you are representing your organization, right? It's not that uh, I am managing a Microsoft server. So end of the day, I can take that server into my home. No, that's not possible. We are giving a some kind of a scenario saying that in a normal organization, organization is being owned by the all the equipments, right? Organization has been owning the organization has been owning the asset. So asset can be a server, or it can be network equipments, or it can be a firewall, or it can be a any product. Who has been purchasing that? It's been purchased by the employer. Now I'm getting a question: where this has been hosted? Yes, your employer is purchased this one. Where you're hosting this one? Can you just comment it on the chat window? Now I have purchased this one. This has been purchased by the organization, right? Now it's been, yes, it's on premises. On premises where this has been hosting. If you purchase in a on-premises one, where you're going to host this one? Yes, it's been hosted inside an organization or your own building in a place called a data center or a data room, right? You're agreeing with this point, right? If you go to your office, you may be seeing like a locally hosted room, right? Where you have a physical security. Yes, data center or a data room may be the right terminology. We can use it, right? So data center or a data room is the place where your all this equipment is been hosted. One second. Now, yes, you are on DC or you are on equipment. Now there is a couple of points is been coming here. The first terminology you are going to learn today, that's called capex, because right now we understood all these equipments or asset is been purchased by one you, right? So that means there is a capital cost is been involved, right? If I need to purchase this server or a rack or a firewall, there is a capital investment I need to put it, right? So that generally it's been used by the capex cost. There is a two terminology you need to understand, that's called a capex. Another terminology has been coming called opex also. Right now if you want, you can able to uh, uh, write it in your notebook. There's a two terminology you may be seeing in all the Azure book, that's called a capex, and the next one is terminology is known as a opex also. It's called operational expenditure. We'll discuss in detail, we'll do a comparison of capex versus opex also. Right now you need to understand, if you configuring a data center or a data room in your organization, who is been responsible for a technology refreshment? What do you mean technology refreshment? Because right now you configured a server. After 10 years, you may not be able to use the same configuration, right? I'm just giving a scenario like when you started your school days or a college days, we may be using a 1 GB RAM in your laptop, right? Right now that 1 GB or a 512 MB RAM is not sufficient for us, right? I remember like when I started my career, I have a desktop with a 256 MB RAM. Now, if you go and inform this to your kids or your colleagues saying that I started my career with a 256 RAM, they will smile, right? Because the same configuration right now you cannot able to use it, right? Right now you are using a mobile phone, right? What is the configuration you have? You may be using a 64, or yes, hardware upgrade. Yes, that's the right point, right? Based on the customer requirement, based on the business requirement, you have to plan your technology refreshment. Who is been responsible for that? In your data center, if you want to do any kind of a server upgrade or a hardware upgrade, business owner or as a IT admin or as a system administrator, you are responsible for upgrading your hardware. So right term or a technical term, we can use it in a um, scenario, it's called a technology refreshment. So equipment technology refreshment, it's been planned by us. So you have a you are responsible for the technology refreshment program. So equipment refreshment is been responsibility of yours. Now there is one more important term you need to remember, that's called redundancy or availability. Now you think from a engineer point of a program, like you configured a server. Now if the server has been down for a 2 days, your customer will fire you, right? Now I just think a scenario like a Facebook is down for 2 hours. Now Palvin or it's been like Surag has been responsible for managing this Facebook server. So what will happen if your Facebook is down for a next 2 hours, or your Microsoft team has been down for a 2 hours, or LinkedIn has been down for 2 hours? So what will happen? You will be getting a lot of escalation, right? Because you take any business, On the third hour, they were on fire, right? Okay. So claim SLA, there is a term has been coming, right? Most of the times, from a business point of view or from a client or a user point of view, all the customers are looking for a 100% of availability, right? The technical term we can able to refer, that's called availability. What is the term we are mentioning? It's called availability, right? We need to ensure that the application or the service is been available for a 100%, right? There is no downtime, there is no outage. How will you plan this outage? How will you mitigate this outage? Generally, you will have some kind of a redundancy kind of a mechanism, right? How redundancy has been planned in your office? For example, like you are working as a system administrator. Now you are going for a vacation. In a normal days, in a normally, like in case if you are going for a vacation, you will have some other person will be taking a in charge of you, right? For example, like if you're working as a lead or a manager, for example, like you are going for a two weeks vacation. For example, like you are working as a teacher also, you will mention like next 2 weeks I'm going on leave. In your outlook or email signature, you will put some kind of a uh, uh, you will put some kind of out of office message saying that I'm on vacation, on absence of you, this person will be responsible for backup, right? So similar way for in a configuring a Azure one, you also need to plan the redundancy. This redundancy can be configured in a different level. You may be configuring additional switch, or you may be configuring additional routers, or you may be planning your backup or a secondary server in another regions, right? So technically speaking, if you're configuring an on-premises solution as a resource or as a cloud administrator or as a system administrator, you are responsible for a redundancy one. So if you're taking an on-premises one, you are responsible for asset management. You are responsible for purchasing a server or it's in the assets or equipment, and you are responsible for a technology refreshment. And who has been owning this one? All this has been owned by you. So you are responsible for all this one. I'm posing here for any kind of a questions on a on-premises one. You have any questions on a on-premises solution? Any doubt? Mohammed has been asking for a what is the program when it has been finishing? That's already available on the Teams. In the calendar, it's already mentioned. The GMT has been +8. That's already it's been mentioned. So the time frame you can possible another 1 more hour. It's been available. That's the same calendar, Muhammad. You can able to refer. There's a timing, start time and time. It's been given the so the same calendar you can able to use it. So another an hour it will be available. Session will be available. Now on premises one, you have any question? Are we good? So yes, it's been good. So Roy has been saying. I think Roy, you attended the last our AZ10 or 700 session also, right? I familiar with this name. So is the same Roy or? Yeah, I remember you. So I didn't. So I was because when you joined, I have a doubt. It's the same Roy. So thank you, Joy. So happy to see you again. Yes, it's been a long time. I remember your name. So yeah, Jayadishan, the AZ700 session will be coming. So please follow the link. Okay. Now on premises part we are clear. Now we'll be moving to the data center tiers, and we'll be moving to the co-location one. So we'll be taking a 2 minutes break. Then we'll be moving to the co-location and the cloud one. What will be the selling point to move from the customer from a on-premises solution to a cloud? That point has been coming in the upcoming slides. This point has been we are covering this one. So we are taking. So thank you, Jashin. Thank you for that. So we have a AZ700 and AZ800 session has been coming in the upcoming weeks. So I'll be delivering that, and we have other program also, other trainers also. It's been delivering. No, you need to follow the Discord link. Okay. So let's take a 3 minutes break. It's an hour now. So I want you to guys to be comfortable and flexible because it's been a theory session. It's been a bit boring one. So that's the reason I'm just asking you to take a 2 minutes break. Now we'll be moving to a data center. Okay, data center TAs, and we'll be moving to the cloud one. So let's take a 3 minutes break and quick break. Okay, so because we need to finish up many topics today, so take a quick 3 minutes break for just just for a relaxation. So just take a 3 minutes break. Thank you. I hope all are back. Yeah, Abdul, we are planning a couple of SC series program also. It's on the pipeline and the discussion. We'll be coming with the SC100, 200, all the SC series programs we are planning. So we are working on the calendar and possible in the Discord link, you will be able to getting this all notification very soon. The next program we are coming, it's been AZ900, that's the latest program, and other notification also you can able to see. And the next month also we have 104 and 801 also we are planning. So keep following us, stay tuned us, so you'll be able to get all the notification. SC series already we are given, and in the feedback form, you can mention all the training you are looking. So that will help us to plan the calendar, and that will help us to come with a lot of new and advanced training program for you guys. Now, Anu has been asking on, it's been asking like, what is the cyber security course you need to study? It's been SC100. This is the course you need to study. So you need to go for the SC100 certification program. So that is the cyber security certification program Microsoft has been recently announced. Now let's go back to um, cloud certification part. Now we understood like in the on-premises one, organizations are planning for um, or on-premises one, the entire uh, asset or all the configuration is being managed by themselves. Now, when it is going to the data center tiers, data center is one of the crucial facility or a backend or as a backbone of any organization. So now, technically, if you're seeing any data center, based on their performance, right? Basic, if you're taking any organization performance, there's a lot of factors is been uh, considering, right? You may be having a lot of uptime or a downtime or a uh, reliability or a performance is been included there. Now, based on the performance or a reliability or a performance is been powered, generally based on how this is the vendor neutral is been provided or what is the performance is this data center is been it's given. It's been classified into different tiers. That's called a tier 1, tier 2, or a tier 3, or a tier 4. This only for your information. I'm just shared here. Basically, it's in a normally in a cloud state. It's not required because few people are from a first time they're attending this kind of a program. That the reason I thought like this data center tiers is been it's included. So it's based on how the fault tolerance or how the service cost or how uptime is been guaranteed. So based on that, this is classification is done into 1 to 4. So one is the being the worst, and 4 is the basically is the top performing one. So this data center ranking is generally provided by an institute called a Uptime Institute. So if you want to do some kind of a further study, Uptime Institute is the organization. I just pasted that link on the chat. Uptime Institute is generally it's been providing this international ranking. It's based on the guarantee or what is the tolerance or what is the service cost or the credibility or what is the facility capabilities you have and what are the potential clients you have and what is the redundancy level it's been configured, how the power and the cooling facility has been configured, and how the security level is been configured. Based on that, it's been classified into 1 to 4. So tier 1 is been generally a data center with a single path or a power or a cooling or a no backup components has been available. That basically it's been considered as a tier 1. Basically, it's providing a 99.67 of availability. This is the planned outage. So in a year, it's plannedly it's 28.8 kind 8 point of hours. It's been downtime you will have. So basically, like if you have any small companies or a startup companies or a most affordable data center, if they are looking, they can go for the tier 1. So basically, in a year, 28.8 is the hours of the downtime. It's been generally provided. And basically, you'll have a one UPS power for the spike and outages, and you will have a designated space for IoT system, and you will have a single engine generator will be available. So this kind of mechanism it's been available in the tier 1 data center. Now tier 2 or a tier 3, whenever you're going, there will be some additional backup or power options will be available. Now we'll have some additional, if you are go to the tier 2 one, you will have some additional power will be available. But in a tier 2 one, tier 3, generally you will have always number of the resources plus one. That is the additional combination generally we are using. So when it is going for a tier 1, that generally it's mean 2n. That is the combination generally we are using, or we can consider say 2n plus 1 also. Some companies may be using this kind of method like a 2n redundancy, like n plus 1 kind of a model generally we are using. Now, end of the session, you need to understand in an on-premises solution, all the data center or asset is been owned or it's been hosted inside a data center or a data room. What is the advantage you are getting? All control it's been handled by yourself, so you don't need to worry about rest of the things. So it's been available in your organization or in your premises itself. The problem or the concerns which we have, it's been like, one, it's been like you will have a capex cost. Second one, it's been like end-to-end technology refreshment or all the management is done by yourself. That is another point you need to remember here. Now, when you discuss about on-premises one, we understood like you are responsible for uh, power, or you are responsible for cooling and all this kind of um, cooling kind of options, right? So you are responsible for that. Now, there are some companies he's been providing this cooling or a power facility. I'm giving a scenario. It's been like you are working for an organization. Just give me a second. Now I'm giving a scenario. It's like you are working for a business or an organization. So they decided like they are expanding their business to Canada or South Sudan or some countries where we don't have any kind of facilities, because basically in an on-premises one, we understood the all facilities also it's been managed by us. Now I'm giving a scenario. It's been like I'm taking you to the whiteboard. In a on-premises one, we understood all the data centers or a data room. It's been owned by you, right? So that means you have a facilities been available. Inside the facilities, you are configuring all your servers or a rack, everything. Now, who's been owning this facility? Can you just comment it? Facility means that the building or the space where you're hosting your servers. Who has been owning that? Can you just comment it? I just want to ensure we all are on the same page. Yes, the DC, and I'm on render space, or who is the owner for that? Yes, it's been business or not in Colo, Roy. It's been us, right? It's the organization or a company. Now I'm giving a scenario like you need to expand your business to come some country where you don't have office or you don't have a facility. Now that kind of a situation, you can go for a model code co-location one, because if you take any facility, power and cooling is one of the important area or a service. Always we need some kind of a dependency, right? Now in a co-location one, what is by co-location one? In a co-location one, the third party vendors, you have a lot of providers available in the world who will be providing you a cabinet and a cages. I hope you can see the screen now. Right now, if you're to now you want to expand your business to some country, so you will be getting a cabinet and cage. So you'll be getting something. I'm just data center. I'm just giving. If you're seeing, you will be getting a space like this. See, cabinet and cages. You will be getting a cages like this. Cabinet, cage, data center color. You will be getting space like this. So with a cage and like this, you'll be getting a space. So you will be the facility is being provided by the third party vendor, and the servers which you are going to install inside this cage or a cabinet is being owned by us. So you will be getting a cabinet and cage. You'll be getting a cage like this with a fire protection system or a 19-inch or a 23-inch rack you will be getting. And the vendor will be responsible for air conditioning, and they'll be responsible for a battery backup, or they'll be responsible for a generator. They will be responsible for a internal connections. You're getting my point? So you are outsourcing or you're doing a subcontract to the vendor. What is the vendor is been doing? Vendor is been responsible for power, cooling, and physical security. In a on-premises one, we were doing that, right? We are responsible for that. But the equipment or a server, it's been handled by us, right? In a normally in a other scenario, in a normal on-premises one, power, cooling, and rest all these equipments is been handled by us. Now, in a normally in a on colocation one, the vendor has been responsible for the vendor has been responsible for providing the power or a cooling or a physical security. Yes, colocation can be a good DR option. We can able to do. Now, who is been responsible for managing the server? Who is been purchasing the asset for that asset? Everything has been owned by us. Vendor has been responsible only for power, cooling, and facility. We are vendor is not responsible for configuring the operating system, or vendor is been not responsible for configuring the OS here. Kishan, don't worry about a DR right now. Okay, don't confuse that. Okay, right now you need to understand. You don't need to get confused on go to this kind of additional terms. Just follow me. Right now you need to understand, Kishan. It's been like there are some situation you want to expand your business to some country. Unfortunately, you don't have any facilities available. So what you're doing, you are connecting with your Robin or some vendor. There are a lot of vendors available, right? Right now you can able to see like a DRT, that's called a digital related trust, or a global switch, or a Cyrus one. You are connecting with them and saying like, hey, global switch, I need to start one office in my Canada, but I don't have any office available. You provide me a facility so I can go and deploy my servers, or I can go and keep my servers and rack and network solution. So the facility and the network connection from that data center to my office, cooling facility, physical security, everything will be provided by that vendor. Now, if you're looking around the market, there are many vendors is been available in the world. Now, Equinix is I can just take from my understanding. Equinix is the one of the organization holding 11% of the colocation kind or the hosting kind of a market. So it's based off Redwood City and California. Their headquarters in Redwood City, and we have a DRT has been available. This has been based off a Texas-based organization, and we have NTT has been available. NTT has been basically a Japan-based organization, and the China Unicom or a Cyrus one. Cyrus has been a Texas-based organization, and you have a KDDI is available. You have a GDS is been available. There are many vendors available in the market who has been providing this kind of a facility. Now, you need to remember a couple of points here. Even though if you are using a colocation one, the server or the infrastructure which you are hosting inside that colocation facility is being owned by us, is not by the vendor. That's the one point you need to remember. You're getting the facility or this something like you are traveling to some country and uh, based on some work you are working like a tenant kind of a model, right? Now you took a villa or a flat. Now all the TV or a fridge or whatever items is available in your home, it's been owned by you, not the owner, right? If you are staying in some flat in your some country right now where you're working, you may be a tenant for that flat, right? But all the facility inside that it's been owned by you. There are some model you may be getting some like a furnished flat if you are getting all it's been owned by the owner. Otherwise it's been like a kind of a colocation model we are working. Any questions? Now the point you need to remember, the colocation vendor or a provider is been responsible for providing this network, or it's been security, physical security kind of things. The capex cost or the uh, asset cost is been owned by us on. Now, so the few important points here, the equipment is been it's been coming under the capex cost, and the all other operational costs like we need to pay the facility charge or AC charge or electricity charge or the operational other expense we need to pay to that vendor, right? That is being considered under a category called OPEX. There is a two term we learned. One is called a capital expenditure, that's called a capex cost, and you have an OPEX also is available, that's been coming under the operational expense. So OPEX and capex you have. So monthly cost or the operational expense is been coming under the OPEX cost. Now all the technology refreshment or a DR facility and uh, other points, other areas like a DR or a technology refreshment, all that point we need to, or the as a engineer, as an organization, we need to handle that one. It's not the collocation is been not handled that. So this been handled by us only. So that's the point you need to remember. So you need to remember that point, and we are responsible for that. Now, if you're comparing with your on-premises and collocation one, both it's been acting or it's both it's been like a similar kind of uh, service is being provided. Only difference you have it's been like the service the vendor is been providing to us, the power or a cooling facility it's been provided by the vendor. Rest of things everything it's been same only because whenever I'm just giving a scenario right now, Palvin need to configure a SQL server. How generally this has been done, we need to make a purchase order, we need to the server needs to be get delivered by from the vendor, and the physically this needs to be mounted on the rack, and we need to configure that. We may have to involve the Microsoft team or a network team or a storage team for a configuration part. So that is the way generally it's been done. In a colocation one, only the difference is been like the facility or the roof or the data center is been owned by the different vendor. That for that vendor we are paying the amount. Now that's the only difference we have. Now I'm giving a self study to you, that's called server virtualization. So today's self study topic for you has been like you need to do a research on what is a server virtualization, find out what is the difference between type 1 and type 2 virtualization. So this is the first self-study topic for you for today. Like find out what is the type 1 or a type 2 hypervisor and how this has been different. So this is the first self-study topic for you today. You can just take a notebook and find out what is the use of a virtualization one, because all this virtualization technology backend this has been using a virtualization technology. So the cloud has been using a backend. It's a cloud virtualization technology. So find out what is the difference between type 1 hypervisor and a type 2 hypervisor also. So find out difference between type 1 and type 2 hypervisors. So this is a self-study topic for you. Now, last couple of minutes, we discuss about a two terminology. One is called a capex, and we learned about another terminology called a opex also. So we understood like a capex is nothing, the amount, initial amount which you are investing for bringing or it's taking a asset, that generally known as a capital expenditure. Opex is been generally like the operational expenditure, whatever amount you are using, that is been considered as a operational expense amount, right? So that is a 2 point you need to remember. So the operation expense, if you are seeing this in a normal operational point view, like a server cost or a storage cost or a network cost or a backup or a data center infrastructure cost, all this is being considered under the capex cost. So it can be uh, it's been considered under the capex cost. So data center or a infrastructure cost, it's been considered under capex cost. Now opex cost, you may be already aware, it's been like the CTC or the salary which you are giving to the technical resource, and lease software, the software license or the scaling charge or a billing, all this is been coming under the opex cost. Yes, yes, we the type 1 and type 2, I'm giving as a homework. So do some self-study on understanding the type 1 and type 2 one. That's basically virtualization technology. So I don't need to spend time on that. So we can spend some time on the cloud part. So that's been a self-study topic for you today, for everyone here. So find out what is a type 1 and a type 2 virtualization. Now, this is the first question for you today. Let's go for a assessment. Kishan has been asking like, what is the operation expenditure? So this is the slide. Kishan is something like, if you're using a infrastructure, you may be having a software license, monthly billing, electricity bill, or cooling bill, right? All this is being considered under the operational expenditure. It's not investment, right? You cannot predict, right, what is the electricity bill is coming for this month. You cannot predict that, right? And what is the other cooling bills or other license bill, or if you want to make some kind of activation. So all these operational related billings has been coming under, or it's been considered under opex cost. Clear? Okay, now let's go to the first question for today. Now you have a answers also, it's been given here. It's been like A, B, C, D. So I request everyone to go through the question and post your answer. This one, and you don't need to do any googling. Okay, this for a self-evaluation, because last 1.5 hours we are discussing about a different topic. So this for a self-evaluation, not for Robin, not for Surak. This for you only. Okay, and don't do a copy paste also. Okay, even though if your answer is wrong, no problem. Okay, so I think few people it's still not commented. So I request everyone to try and attempt for this question. This for a self-evaluation. So team members, so request you to post your answer, read the question, and try it for an attempt. So answer for this question, it's been like answer B, because there are 2 points you need to remember here. This is like a tier 3 data center. This is the first point you need to read it here. And you have a 5 generator. So in a tier 3 one, it's been n plus 1. So you have a 5 generated. So plus 1 is the answer is 6. So congrats team. I think most of the members in this batch has been posted the right answer. So thank you. So good teamwork. It's been so answer for this question is 6. Now let's go to the next question. Yes. So post your answer. So answer for this question is which of these three is the capital expenditure for an enterprise who use the colocation facility? So it's asking which one is been coming under the capex cost. So answer for this question is servers, because rest all this is opex only is coming, because we told like when you're configuring a colocation facility, the servers or asset or the uh, equipments we are using inside the facility has been owned by us. So answer for this question is B. So thank you, team. I think almost everyone, only five to six people only, it's made a wrong attempt. Maybe after reading a couple of documents, they may be able to uh, clear about that topic. Now, the capex cost, you can refer these slides. I'm just pasting a couple of link on the chat. SLA stands for service level agreement. Okay, I'll be covering that point in the later. Couple of documents or students material. Let me paste it on the chat. Just give me a second. Okay, now let's move to the next topic called cloud computing. Right now, we all it's been working or it's been understanding a concepts called cloud computing. Right now, we all, including me, we were working for an organization called Orange. So our manager or it's been like our CTO told, hey Robin, you attended this AZ900 exam. Do one thing. Uh, let's migrate or let's move all this infrastructure to a cloud technology. So like after Robin's session, your manager told like, hey, go and do this migration of into a cloud one. Now, when you're migrating or when you are doing a lift and shift or a rehosting, we may have to consider many services, or we may have to consult a lot of points on the on premises on the cloud one. So this next couple of hours, we're trying to understand key terminologies available on the Azure side. What are the services has been currently it's been available? How this can be used for us, and how this can be used for migrating the existing infrastructure to Azure. So we are trying to understand this topic. Now, these are the few points I'm just trying to cover it today. Now, the first point I'm trying to cover it's about called what is a cloud computing. Right now we understood on premises one, and we understood what is on collocation one. Can anyone in this batch or anyone in this audience comment on the chat window? What is a cloud computing from your understanding? I'm just muting you. I'm just a whiteboard. I'm just changing to this one. Can you elaborate, or can you share your thought, or can you share your view on it's somebody saying like what is a cloud computing? What is your perception about this? Can you just comment it on the chat window? I'm expecting answer from everyone. Now, right now, you came with the learning of this cloud computing. So what is your current understanding about this technology? It is in the data center. What is this attendance link? Okay, that's not that's not about the cloud one. That's a different question. Okay, Shakib, I think already it's been shared. Okay, serverless concept. Okay, your company service are hosted on the provider one over an internet. Okay, okay, it's been provided. Okay, it's been in a different concept. Okay, I'm just getting a beautiful answers. That's been good. Given a host. Okay, okay. Now I got a beautiful views or a thought about this one. Now I'm taking it to a different this one. I think few people maybe the first time heard about this term or trying to understand this one. So don't worry. Okay, let me give you an scenario. I'm not a good painter or a drawer. Okay, so I'm just uh, maybe if you, don't laugh. Okay, if I'm driving a person here. Okay, that's not good, right? So let me redraw. This is Robin. Okay. Okay, now I need to go to office. This is my office. Now office, I can use different method or a transport method for going to office. Now you need to help me to do a comparison. Okay. Now the first method, I'm using my own car. I'll write it car. Otherwise people will think there's something else. This is a car. Okay, this is my car. I'm going to my office. Can you tell me what are the challenges we have here? Traffic is a problem. Distance, it's a problem. Okay. Traffic. Okay. IT infrastructure on the cloud. Okay. Jam. Okay. 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 Time consuming or a cost of a fuel, petrol price. Okay. And the time and not enough speed. Okay. And you need a license also, right? That's also important, right? We need a license also. And we know how to drive also. Tire wear. Okay. Needs to purchase a vehicle. That's a good point, Raghuman. We need a car also first of all. So traffic time, this petrol safety, accident may have. Okay. So these all are major or confirmed, right? Right now, I know I want to learn driving. Direction needs needed. Uh, we need some kind of parking space is needed. I need to worry about the traffic also, right? Road like people, maybe it's been like a crazy people. It's been coming with a bike and all these things, and that's I'll be like mentally it's been a problem, right? I'm not relaxed also after reaching. So budget also. So these are the common concerns we have. Now I'm using a second method. What is the second method? Now my friend is going to office. I decided like I'll go for a carpooling. What is the advantage it's we are getting here? Carpooling. If we are right time one option, we can save some money, right? And my friend will drive it, and traffic anyway it's not going to reduce, right? Whether if I'm going by my car or it's like carpooling, everyone is asked to think about in the same concept, right? Carpooling or this one, save money basically. I don't need to worry about the worrying also. I don't need to worry about uh, driving also. So share the place or the share the price. Now, yeah, you don't need a personal restaurant. So right now you got a two method, right? Now the third method, I'm not sure in your country uh, which method it's been available. In your country, you maybe heard about another concept called Ola or a Uber also, right? You may be using Uber or a Ola service. Is it available in your country? Because I've been connected right now from India. So in India, we are using this kind of a taxi service. Is it available in your country? Yes, it's been available, right? What is the advantage you are getting if you are using this Ola or a Uber? Can you just comment it? What is the advantage if you are getting like if you are using Ola or Uber? Pay only for the service, right? Yes, that is the right answer for us. I'm looking. Pay as you go model. Session over. You are a cloud expert now. You got a definition for a cloud after understanding these three car examples. You are a cloud administrator now, certified cloud experts. So you learned a term called pay as you go model, right? Air pollution, traffic, all this has been the uh, dependent features or benefit you are getting. So the right catchy point here, it's been like, if you're using a taxi service, you don't need to worry about this call. You don't need to worry about insurance, or you don't need to worry about driving this one, right? You are going to pay only for how much time you are using. Clear? Now, in the first model, you are owning the server. This is something like your on-prem server, right? On-prem infrastructure. Now you are doing a carpooling. This is something like you're sharing with the other one. That's called a co-location model, right? When you're using a Uber or a Ola, you are paying only for how much distance you travel, how much time you travel, only that amount you're paying. You are not worrying about whether this car is having insurance or how much fuel this has been using. We are not worrying about them, or we are not worrying about the tax also. This basically, as Venura said, pay only for the usage charge. I'm giving another example. Like right now, you're sitting in front of your laptop. You are using electricity for your home or your device, right? how this electricity is being produced, what is the type of the technology it's been using on the back end. It can be from a private source or it can be from the government, right? We are not worrying about how this electricity has been produced, how many generators is been used, how this is been traveled from the source to our home. What we are doing, end of the month, we are getting a bill and we are paying based on how much unit of the consumption we are used. I hope you are agreeing with this point, right? Both the example you're agreeing or you have any different opinion, then we can have a debate or this forum is open to you. If you're agreeing, can you just comment it on the chat window? If you have a different opinion, you can share. Okay, it's not that whatever things I'm saying you need to agree. No, if you have a different opinion, I appreciate your view also. Okay, your thought also. So you can share it. This forum is, as I said, this is not an instructor lit kind of a program. This is like Robin and you are working on the same team. We are doing some kind of a discussion also. Some kind of a tech discussion in the cafe or in the room or in our floor or ODC. We are doing some kind of a technical discussion. We are just trying to share our knowledge. Yes. So all are agreeing with this point. Okay. Now let's try to bring this electricity concept or a car concept into a data center. Now, in a normally, in your organization or a existing on-premises or co-location one. Now, I'm a user. Again, Robin. Robin is working for a project. Now, 3 months, he needs 10 servers. We don't know about the cloud, okay, right? Now, if I need a 10 server, in a normally, how this has been working, like a 10 server, I'll create a purchase order. Now we'll be creating a purchase order and the 10 server will be delivered to Robin. Now there is a Christmas and New Year has been coming. So 10 server, I need to develop some e-commercial application. So all that servers I'll be using for that, some development background. Now, after 3 months, my project has been over. Now my project has been over. After 3 months, I'm reaching out to my manager and shift lead or my boss saying that, hey boss, my work is over. I don't need this 10 server now. So right now this has been purchased by the company. Now what will happen to this 10 servers now? This 10 servers will be an asset for your organization, right? You are not utilizing this one. You invested a lot of capex cost. Example, right? It's a waste of money. This something like your marriage. I'm just going for your marriage. Now your marriage, you invited 200 persons like your family members and your friends, everything. Now you need to provide some seating arrangement, right? You have two option in front of you, right? You can purchase 200 chairs or a seating arrangement from your own, or you have another option like you can connect with the caretakers or event management team and you can tell like, hey team, I need a 200 chair for this event. I need only for 2 days. Which method you will go, first or second? One option like you are going to purchase, second one it's like you are taking from a caretaker. Which one option you are selecting? Okay, the second method, right? So we'll be going for most of the times we all will be doing like we'll be connecting with the event management team and we are taking this one. Now, why can't we bring Similar kind of approach in your organization also. Right now, Robin is looking for a 10 server. Instead of purchasing this 10 server and instead of purchasing a capex cost, we can connect with a cloud service provider. Now Robin is saying like, hey Microsoft, give me a 10 server with a configuration of XYZ. So Microsoft will deliver through the portal and we'll have a that's called the virtual machine called VM. Now, based on the consumption like your Uber or electricity, based on the configuration, what is the configuration you are taking, you have to pay money to that cloud service provider. Getting the point? So technically, instead of purchasing, you are taking IT resource for a rent. Clear? Now, based on the configuration, you can select the VM or any resource. All these cloud providers, it's coming with 100+ services, which include firewall, which include VPN, which include operating system, which include storage account, SQL database, or any kind of application uh, services. So all these resources, generally the term we are using in a cloud called resource, the technical term or the key term we are using in a cloud called resource. So VM is a resource, IP address is a resource. So you can, instead of purchasing a resource, you are taking for a rent. So based on your consumption, in a minutes wise, you are doing a billing and you're paying to the cloud service provider. Clear? Now, how to use this one? For using this cloud service provider, you need to have an account first. You need to have an account. Right now, all of us may be using an Amazon Prime Video or a Netflix or a Hotstar, right? We are using for watching movies, right? Now, if I need to use an Amazon Prime Video, what you have done first? You created an account, right? You created with your Gmail ID or a Yahoo ID or your Microsoft ID or a Live ID. You may be created an account. What is the next step you have done? You purchased something called a subscription, right? 6 month or 6 month or a 1 year or a 2 year or lifelong, some subscription you may be purchased. What is the use of a subscription here? This is been using for a concept called billing, right? That's called using for a billing. Similar way, if you're using a cloud resource from a vendor, you are taking for a rent. How this will be calculated? For using this one, you need to have an account. You need to have a subscription also. How to create an account, how to create a subscription, I'll be discussing tomorrow and I'll help you to create an account also. Right now, end of this session, you need to understand cloud computing is something like renting a resource from a cloud service provider. Right now, cloud computing is someone it's been saying like, what is a cloud computing? This is something like it's been delivering of a resource in a rendered format to a resource. It can be a compute or it can be a networking component or it can be a storage or it can be analytics and it can be any service. Now I got an answer here like, is there any 200 credit code? Risvi, I think we can have a discussion tomorrow on that 200 credit point and dollar. I'll be discussing in the subscription and account part. Your point is right. Yes, we are getting a $200 free account credit we are getting to your account once you are creating a Azure account. Possibly we'll discuss that part. I'll be showing all that, how to do that. Okay. Right now, the entire discussion we had, it's been like people are always having a doubt, like what is a cloud computing? So you need to understand cloud computing is something like with the help of cloud service provider, we are taking a resource for a rent. Now, definition of a cloud computing and how this has been classified we'll be discussing in the tomorrow. Right now, you need to understand cloud computing is something like a renting a resource instead of purchasing a hardware from a vendor. Now, we'll be using or only for the what we use, only for that amount will be using that, only that we are paying this one. The company or the vendor who is been providing a cloud solution, generally known as a cloud service provider. With that point, I'm ending the day one technical part today. Tomorrow we'll be starting with a subscription and resource creation or account creation, and we'll be completing about the all the cloud models also. Any question from anyone? Now, let me share a couple of links also for you. So Microsoft Learn portal, I've just pasted on the chat window. So this link you can able to use, like in case model, all the model I'll be discussing tomorrow. Okay, don't worry about that. All the pass, SAS, and all this, I'll be discussing this one. Right now, I have pasted one link where you can able to see all Microsoft Learning slides or the lessons or the point you can able to see from the Microsoft Learning portal. Now, you have a Microsoft documentation page you have available. I pasted on the chat. Right now you can able to see on the chat window. So this is the link. If you are clicking or if you are going, you can able to see all the documentation pages, like any technology if you want to learn or if you want to get any kind of a documents that you will be getting from the documentation page, like all the information, pricing or partners information, if anything you want, you will be getting from this page. Now, Azure Forum, in case if you're configuring something and if you want to paste any doubt, you can able to paste in the forum, like after the session you configured some configuration. Now you have some doubt on the VM or any of the technology, and if you have any doubt, you can post the questions here. Right now you can able to see this something like a tech. This is TechNet forum. Right now we have some doubt on how on a Azure or MFA or any of the technology, you can able to post it here. So the people or the resource or the subject matter expert who is working on that particular platform, they will give you a reply for you. So you can able to use this one. Now Azure blog is the one site where you can able to see all the latest information about Azure, what are the latest update about what's happening on Azure side. Is there any preview or a new updates or a news in coming about Azure one? You can able to use this one. Now, if you want to get latest information about a certificate or the learning portal, that you can able to get it from the learning community page. I pasted that link also on the chat window. Now, that's all about the learning or additional material for you. Now, if you want to get about Microsoft Azure news, you can able to refer this one. This is the link you have. Now, I'm posing here for taking all your questions. Can we get today's session? Yes, this will be uploaded. This all the recording will be uploaded on the Discord link. How many models we have? Typically, as per the NAST, you have a service models and deployment models we have that we'll be discussing tomorrow this week. So because next 10 minutes it's not sufficient for covering that module. So I don't want the continuous flow. That's the reason we are posting for today. Is it's providing load balancer. Yes, we can ensure we have a Azure load balancer and we can able to use third-party load balancers also. It's been supported this one. This is a credit point I'll discuss tomorrow. Let me go. Any other question has been unanswered here? No, I think almost all the answers has been answered. Any other questions if you have, let me know. If you're good, we can stop for today. So Suraga, I think we can continue in the tomorrow morning. And once again, I request you to paste this attendance link and feedback link also on the chat window. So it was a nice interactive session for me. So thank you, team. So we have a large audience today, and Suraga request you to paste the registration link and chat link. Yeah. So this is the form you have. It's been posted here, so you can able to
post all your feedbacks and so whatever sessions you are expecting, let us know, and keep follow us and stay tuned us, and share the Discord link with all your friends and your circle also. So hope this event or this kind of a technical discussion will help us to enable your cloud knowledge. So thank you team once again. Happy Monday, and wish you a happy week. So thank you team, and thank you Swarag and Fatima, and for coordinating this today's event. So we have a lot of people is involved in the back end also for arranging this event, uh, planning this calendar and organizing this one from the poster and announcing and sharing this information to you also. So thank you all the team. It's been on the back end also. So see you tomorrow, and the same link you can use it. So take care and wish you a happy week. And Iqbal has been asking some question. I think look like I missed. So Iqbal, you're asking for some questions, or I missed your this one. Can you just repost your question? Maybe Iqbal, sorry for that because a lot of messages been came on the chat window. Where we get today's recording? It's already answered, Iqbal. Discord link Surag has been answered behind just uh, bottom of your chat window. The Discord link you can refer it. I think almost all questions we have answered. So thank you, team. So we are stopping the recording, and so take care and see you tomorrow.